Frank, after the incident in the press conference in Germany, you said you weren't interested in promoting this fight. What's made you change your mind?
I'm not promoting it. It's been promoted by Box Nation. I'm the manager at Derek Chisora.
Do you have any hesitation in your boxer being involved in a fight like this outside the border control's jurisdiction?
No, the Border Control decided that they didn't want to license Derek Chisora anymore and said to him he wants to box elsewhere and take a license out another jurisdiction, he can do so, and that's what he's done.
What type of fight can the fans expect on the 14th of July?
I think it'd be a very, it's a very intense situation between the two guys. I think it's going to be a very exciting fight whilst it lasts. I think there are going to be some fireworks.
What's your prediction for the fight, Frank?
I fancy my man, Derek Chisora. That's why I've got involved with it. I think it's a fight. I thought, with all the stuff that happened in Germany, which is all unfortunate and some of it quite distasteful to say the least, the bottom line of it all was it took away Derek's performance from Klitschko. I thought he performed really well and a bit more experience. Who knows? He may have upset the odds. He certainly was strong at the end. He even won the last round against Klitschko, and I think gave him his toughest fight since when he fought Lennox Lewis.
Do you think Derek Chisora and David Haye are good role models for the young people of Britain today?
In what happened in Germany with what they did, I would say certainly not. But what they do in the ring is a different thing altogether.
You're obviously involved with the new boxing channel, Box Nation. How's that been going, and how pleased are you with the response you've been getting off the British boxing public?
It's going very well. It's the subscribers are enjoying it. It's great for boxing. You're seeing fights that would never see light of day in the UK from around the world. It's showing the best of promoters such as Sauerland, Golden Boy, Bob Arum shows, Top Rank, Don King shows, seeing shows, amateurs, more amateur coverage than any other TV channel. I think it's brilliant for boxing.
Well, have you got any extra plans in the near future to improve Box Nation again? Was there anything in the pipeline?
Well, that's not my role. That Box Nation is run by very capable people, and it's their decision in what direction it goes in. It's a fledgling channel. It's not even been up for 9 months yet, but it's certainly breaking a lot of ground, and obviously has been well received as far as boxing's concerned, and the public concerned. I'm sure it'll go from strength to strength. A lot of things to improve on, but like all these things, it takes time, and certainly there's a lot of energy within the channel. A lot of people are very committed to it, and I'm sure with those people and their love of the sport, it will get better and better.
Did you see the recent controversial Manny Pacquiao-Timothy Bradley fight, and what did you think of it?
I did see the fight. I felt that it was, I didn't think that. I thought that Pacquiao won it by a few rounds. I thought he let the last few rounds slip away from him. It wasn't the most outrageous decision I've seen.
What would you say to fans who say that boxing's a corrupt sport, and they point into this fight, the Manny Pacquiao fight, as an example of it?
Well, I don't think the Pacquiao fight was a crap decision. It's no different than you see. I can look at football and see that terrible brawl between those two clubs a couple of weeks ago was dreadful. Would I say that they were bad role models for sport and football? Yes, I would say that. Things happen in sport, unfortunately, because it's a highly charged atmosphere, certainly in contact sport. Would I say that, fighters such as Tony Bellew, who got involved in a fracas with Nathan Cleveland, is he a bad advert for the sport? I don't think he is, but things happen. Joey Barton, you've seen him time and time again get involved in trouble. Does that turn people off of sport? A few weeks ago, Joey Barton was a darling in the press for all his tweeting. And then he done something stupid. People do stupid things. I don't think that reflects on the sport as a whole. I think that the media, there are a lot of people in the media who do stupid things and get involved in certain situations. Do I think that's bad for Britain? Yes, it is at times. But people have frailties. As far as this fight's concerned, there are people who want to see it. A poll was conducted by the Mail online after their two boxing riders come out against it. 71% of the people said not only they would like to see the fight, they'd pay to watch it. The same happened in the Telegraph, the same happened in the trade paper, the Boxing News. 75% of their people wanted to see the fight happen. Nothing's being done illegal here. Neither boxers are banned from boxing. They're licensed, and it will go ahead. And as for the fight in Vegas, when you say it's bad for boxing, every week I read something's bad from boxing if someone doesn't agree with a decision. You know, we can't all agree with decisions. I see a ball go over the line recently in a football match and the referee said it wasn't a goal. Was that bad for the sport? Yeah, it was bad for the sport. Was it crooked? No. Was it bad when Pakistani bowlers were deliberately making no balls and having bets on it, when people had paid to watch that on TV companies such as Sky broadcast it? Was that bad for cricket? Was the end of cricket? No, it wasn't. Was it bad when you've seen jockeys go to prison, horses being pulled up, ice skaters breaking other ice skaters' legs with crowbars so they can't compete? All those things are bad. But you know what? Sport's bigger than all that, and it goes on. They were unsavoury. They're all probably all unsavoury incidents, all of them. But at the end of the day, the sport goes on, will continue to go on. And what you're going to see on the 14th, I hope, is going to be a really great fight between these guys. And let's get it right. Everybody come here today hoping that these two would get at it. You included probably. Want to see that. You want it, because that's what people want. But it didn't happen. You'll see it on the night.
Do you think the media are partly to blame for sort of the frenzy after the ruckus in Germany?
I do. I think a lot of people were, you know, I had 3 journalists approach me and said it was disgraceful. Derek Chisora hit David Haye. Well, we all know that didn't happen. You've only seen the video evidence it didn't happen. But in their mind, that's what they want it to be. That's the role he's made for himself. He's the devil, and they want to see him burn. But the fact of life is, you know, he's made his apologies. It's 5 months on come time to fight. You know, how was he going to have a self-imposed exile? He's free to box. You know, the Boxing Board of Control are a limited company. They are not a government body, as they try to make out they are. I'm not against the Boxing Board of Control. I'm against the hierarchy of the Boxing Board of Control. There are 4 or 5 people there running like their own private organisation. Board of Control has over 2,000 licence holders, and not one of those licence holders has any say or can vote on any matter. It's all done by a small cartel who appoint stewards and area council members, 77 of them all together. And out of those 77, it's just the administrative stewards who appoint them. You know, that can't be right in any democracy. It's wrong. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I think will come out. A lot of decisions are being made. For example, you have a hearing. If somebody brings a charge against you, you have the hearing. And what I found even more amazing was that the guy who was the representative from the British Boxing Board of Control and representing the boxers, Charlie Giles, who's the president, self-elected president and chairman, doesn't come and give evidence, doesn't put in a written report, and is in the building when it's going on and leaves by the back door. That tells you all I want to know.
After this fight, on Derek's next fight, whoever that may be against, can we expect him to be licensed through Luxembourg again? He's
got a Luxembourg licence, and he'll box under that licence, and if he wants to, you know, he was invited by the board, or it was said at the hearing, if he wanted to reapply for his licence, he could do that any time. I'm not saying they would give it to him, but why shouldn't he? You know, if he wants to do that, that's his choice. You know, it's his choice. He might want to be licensed in France next. You know, Matthew Macklin went and fought for a world title and decided he wanted to hand in his British Boxing Board of Control licence. That was his choice. He was, as a British champion, went and fought for an Irish title. That's his choice, and the board continued to licence him. That's freedom of choice.